Hello everyone, welcome back to SwitchUp and to the episode where we take a look at some Switch 1 games that now run almost flawlessly at 60 FPS on Switch 2.
Yeah, we've got 4 more games to share with you today that do exactly as Mark just said, and we have got a couple of videos already in this series. If you want to give those a watch, there'll be a link to the previous one in the top right hand corner.
Lovely stuff. If you want to save money on your digital purchases, you can get cash back over at our website. There's all the info in the description. And if you want to buy physicals, you can use PlayAsia. And again, there's a discount code down there. All right, what games might you be adding to your backlog and now run at 60? Well, let's find out. Let's kick off then with Monster Hunter Stories, which I think was originally a DS game, 3DS game.
3DS game, yes, it was, yeah.
And actually, surprising how good some of the 3DS games looked.
Oh, they look lovely, yeah, some of them certainly did. And obviously the 3D element of that console, whilst my eye struggled with it after a while, I have to say, but it was more than just a novelty. It did make some games just look unbelievable, you know?
I loved it. Like, that was my, I think I got the 3DS around the time that I met you.
Yeah, I lent you one for 2-player Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And then you bought your own one, didn't you?
Quality.
Yeah.
Good times. I remember my missus being like, where's that come from? It's like, I borrowed it from Glen. It's like, it looks very different from the one you borrowed from Glen. Wow. Different DSs for different needs.
Exactly.
So this one came over to the Switch. We saw port, Capcom doing quite a good job actually. Like the visuals obviously saw a boost, the textures, things like that. It looked good. It's funny watching my review because in there I say something along the lines of, I've got to be honest, to me it feels like it's uncapped. But obviously I didn't know, I hadn't actually tested it, you know, I just kind of looked at it and said, I think it's uncapped. And it plays out that, yeah, it is uncapped.
Yeah, and obviously if you are then having a second console in a line, and you can play previous games on it, backwards compatibility, then it's actually quite a good thing, isn't it, it turns out?
It's a great thing. So on Switch 2, it's running at 60 frames per second. This is another one where it is near flawless, very smooth indeed. The load times I noticed have been cut down drastically, like 1 or 2 seconds between areas. It's just a great way of playing it.
And it is a good game. I have not played much of this one, I've played more of the sequel. Both good games though. If you like Monster Hunter, it's very different. Yeah. But if you want to just, dip your toe in, might be worth at least wishlisting. And they're like turn-based games, aren't they? But
they
using the Monster Hunter monsters.
Just with a very annoying cat.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that one, yeah, almost perfect. Following on from that, we've got Bombrush Cyberfunk. Do you remember this one?
I do. It was like Jet Set Radio, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was that on the Dreamcast?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I remember buying that. It was a good game.
Yeah, I remember it was one of the first games I played on the Dreamcast.
Was it?
Yeah, my cousin's Dreamcast. He brought it round with a couple of his games. One of which was this, and what was the one with the cats and the mice?
Choo Choo Rocket.
Choo Choo Rocket, great game.
Great game, and it had the little, you had a little Tamagotchi style thing on the controller,
didn't you? And it gave you information on depending on which game you were playing, and you could take it out and do bits with it, couldn't you, separately? And
do you think that idea was patented? Because it feels like that's the kind of thing Nintendo would do better.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. Is the honest answer. Although Nintendo, I don't know if they don't seem to like doing things that are not their idea first.
Yes.
It's almost like a pride thing, you know?
Well, I can get it, yeah. So yeah, Bombrush Cyberfunk at launch, I couldn't really tell if it was uncapped or what, or if it was, capped to a high frame rate. It generally hovered around 30 frames per second. It looked good, like it played well. It wasn't one where you were sat thinking, God, this is a shocker. And actually the visual quality was quite nice just because of that artistic direction. Yeah. What I didn't realize for most Switch 1 games was that hardly any of them actually used anti-aliasing. Like you get jaggy edges on almost every game.
Surprising.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
It surprises me as well. Like, did I just not notice it? Or is it because I think with these revisits, I'm sat like inches from the screen.
Yeah.
And like really scrutinizing things you otherwise wouldn't really care about.
That's true.
On Switch 2, as hopefully for this list, 60 frames per second, but very consistent and really does make a difference to how easy the game is to control. And it might not reflect in my gameplay though, which is a bit upsetting.
Yeah, we probably should say that a lot of these games we haven't played in yonks, and we've booted them back up to get some footage and don't know what we're doing. We have to try and remember the controls, and I'm sure it does come across in the footage of some of them. But I would say this is a game, I mean, you always want 60, don't get me wrong, but because of the style and the way you move and whatnot, 60 60 really does benefit it, doesn't it?
It really does. You've almost got more time to react, it feels like, and you can be more precise in your reactions.
Yeah.
That's like when you were playing the Street Fighter 6 game. You know, on those 60 FPS sections, you really could see the difference that made to the gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely right.
The penultimate one then, requested by lots of you, is Hellpoint. What was that film that was set in like on a space station and it all goes Pete Tong?
Yeah.
The Event Horizon.
Event Horizon, yeah. I was trying to think, yeah, the bloke from Jurassic Park in, I couldn't think of, yeah.
What was his name?
Neil, something Neil, or is that his name in Jurassic Park?
I think it
No, it's Dr. Grant in Jurassic Park. Alex Neil?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Oh, someone's screaming at the screen now, aren't they? But seeing him in a horror role was so strange, but it worked.
It did work. It was a very good film.
Yeah.
Very good film. Yeah, it starts off quite different to where it goes. It's almost like Lovecraft in space, isn't it? It's like, yeah,
good
worth watching.
Pretty scary, that one, for me. I've got to be honest. I remember watching that and being like, nah, never again. And it was about the time that I played the first Dead Space as well, or that came. I know there's a big gap between the films,
from when
but
you
watched it, and then that was kind of coming out, and I was like, well, they've clearly taken inspiration. And then I played this one for Switch 1, which is Hellpoint, and it kind of uses that idea to create a Souls-like in space. So it feels like Dark Souls in space. You're controlling a character that you can gradually adapt, change their skills and things, and get different weapons.
Yeah.
And yeah, it had some major issues at launch. Thankfully, the developer did revisit it a number of times, and we went back to it as well on the channel. And it gradually improved, but it never reached that place where you'd be like, I recommend playing it on Switch.
Yeah.
You know, you'd say play at PlayStation 4, anywhere else really. But now you could definitely say that. It's 60 frames per second, really good frame time, very responsive feeling, and you can just play better. You can actually react to some of those hideous beasts. Again, the footage may not show that, but I'm trying my hardest. It makes a huge difference to the way the game feels. So I think it gets a recommendation now.
Good, yeah, that's nice to hear. It's always good, and certainly if you've already bought it as well, and it's sitting on your shelf and you're like, oh, you know, at least you can dust it off now and play it properly.
This had a physical, did it?
I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, I seem to remember the front cover. It was like black with pink with a figure kind of standing there, something like that. And it was Sam Neill, not Alex Neil, by the way. Alex Neil's a football manager. And I knew when I said it was wrong, but I just thought, oh, sod it, just leave it until you can think of the name. Is Sam Neill. Sam Neill.
That clicks. Yeah. That's definitely correct. At last. The final game then, not one that you would potentially associate with performance issues, is the outstanding Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, I mean obviously this one depends how far into the game you can get on a run, which lasts for 30 minutes. If you're dying after 4 or 5 minutes, you're never going to know there was an issue anyway.
Yeah.
If you're getting deep into it when there are so many enemies on screen and so many effects with the different weapons that you've upgraded, then you just started to notice some drops, didn't you, at times?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think because it's so fast paced, it's just not really something you almost pay too much attention to.
Yeah.
But there were times, especially we just did a run now, and we lasted the whole time. It's not a flex, we did. And at the end there, when you've got all those effects, and certain ones like the lightning, which kill 20, 30, 40 enemies at a time, they would cause huge stutters, I think, down to maybe 40, 50 FPS. That no longer happens.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you play it now on the Switch 2, it's a nice flawless 60, and this was a great game anyway.
Such a good game.
I'm not going to say it will. I don't think it enhanced my experience of playing it. But if you're going to play it tippity top as it meant to be, you know.
Exactly, tippity top, from the top to the top. Just staying at the top.
Say top more. Keep saying top.
Top man.
Top man.
So there you go. You learnt about Jurassic Park. We chatted a bit of rubbish about the Event Horizon. And then we said tippity top a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You also learnt a bit about 60 frames per second games.
Good episode.
Well done. If you enjoyed that, let us know down in the comments. As always, thank you to our Patreons, our members, all of you that enjoy the content. We do have links down there, you know it by now. If you like the Joy-Cons that we use sometimes, there's links to those. If you want to save 5% on physicals over at PlayAsia, crack on.
Absolutely right, yeah. Thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.